They say that June to August is the worst time to find a job, and I am definitely feeling that.
I am not entitled to any support, no training, no job search help, nothing.
Welcome back to Common Sense Lab, where we break down the real-world issues people are going through with actual data, not just feelings. They told us just apply. They told us keep trying. Oh, and they chirped on national television about how there's plenty of jobs out there. Here is the thing that no one in power wants to say out loud. Getting a job in 2025 does not require more effort. It is about you surviving a rigged game where the rules are stacked high against you, where you can have a degree, the skills, the motivation, and still get nothing. Today, we're hearing from real people, real stories, real despair, and we're breaking down exactly how the system is wasting your time, crushing your confidence, while blaming you for it.
So this is my 8th month of being unemployed. At this point, I don't have any sort of life. I'm not going out. I'm not meeting people. I'm not going out into society and talking to people. I am finding jobs all the time. I'm spending hours upon hours filling in application forms I know won't even be considered because it's just a formality. That is the basis of this country, the fact that the whole job application thing is often a formality and it's, all the Nepo babies that get the jobs. Sick of the fact that it's a full-time job in itself to try and find a full-time job, and I'm not even getting paid for it. Why is finding a full-time job a full-time job? So many unemployed people in this country who need a job. Are we supposed to get previous experience in the first place if no one will give us a chance? Give us a chance.
This woman has been unemployed for 8 months. 8. So, do you think she's lazy? Because for her, applying to jobs has become the full-time job. She's spending hours filling out forms she knows won't get read. Think about that. Performing unpaid labor for the chance to just be considered. It's a full-time job in itself to try and find a full-time job, and I'm not even getting paid for it. Does that sound familiar? Every form is a test. Even if you have a degree proving you passed heaps of tests for 4 years straight, every application is a void, and half the time someone's cousin already has the job before you even hit send. The entire thing is often just theatre.
Job centers in the UK aren't helping anymore. Yes, you heard me right. I just visited my local job center as a student trying to find work. Of course, to support myself and my family. And you won't believe what they told me. They literally told me, we can't help you unless you claim benefits. I am not entitled to any support, no training, no job search help, nothing, unless I claim universal credit. Guys, you have to understand, this is a government-funded service for all UK citizens. And I'm being told I'm not entitled to anything? At least they gave me this useless paper with a list of, some work agencies on it. I've reached out to 80% of these agencies, and you know how they work is that you call these agencies or you simply send them an email, and then they ask you for your contact details. You give them your contact details and they never get back to you. That's pathetic. English speaking skilled young people are being pushed aside. Starmer's government, are you even listening? Or let me guess, you're just too worried about migration. You know what's worse than mass migration, dear Prime Minister? It's the fact that you have the unemployment rate increased to 4.5% this year. It's the fact that you have more than 1.6 million people, most of them are UK citizens, struggling to find a job. And you know what's worse than being told there's opportunity in this country? It's walking into a job center as a UK citizen and being told you don't qualify for help. Isn't the system supposed to work for us? I don't know anymore.
This young man walked into a UK job centre for help. He walked out with a piece of paper. That's it. Why? Because he's not on universal credit. We can't help you unless you claim benefits. Let that sink in. The state's official employment support only kicks in when you're already at rock bottom, actively on the dole. You want to work, you're asking for help, and the government's answer is, not unless you're on the dole. there are now 1.6 million unemployed people in the UK. As of April 2025, according to ONS Trends, unemployment rate has hit 4.5%, the highest since 2011, as of April 2025, according to ONS Trends. This is a sign of inefficiency and blatant abandonment. The system is designed to wait until you're broken, not to prevent or cushion the fall, but to catch your corpse on the way down, just so they can tick a box.
I was made redundant 2 months ago, but I haven't felt more unemployed than I have today. They say that June to August is the worst time to find a job, and I am definitely feeling that. For the past 3 days, I've been sat on LinkedIn constantly refreshing as if a new job is going to pop up. Spoiler alert, no new jobs have popped up. Yesterday there was a post on LinkedIn from the brand Ollie's, and they'd said that their social media intern role, they'd had over 800 applicants for it. Like, that's truly insane. I think the worst thing about it is just being stuck in this space of uselessness. I don't have anything to do, and I'm trying to apply to jobs, but there aren't any more. I'm very grateful to be in multiple processes right now for a few roles, but even then they can take a while to get back to you, and you're kind of just left in limbo, not knowing if the next email you're going to receive is a rejection or you're free to the next stage, and that is literal torment. No matter how much self-worth you have, after countless days of multiple rejections, it's so hard to remember how valuable you are. You truly have to dig deep and find your resilience, because to turn up again and again to interviews and then be rejected is pretty crushing. I don't even have advice to give because I'm struggling myself. I'm manifesting many interviews for you this week, and that someone sees your worth.
She's applying every day, staring at LinkedIn like it's a slot machine, hoping a job acceptance will pop up. It doesn't. Ollie's posted a social media intern role, 800 applicants for one internship, an unpaid, or to be more accurate, a barely paid internship, no less. Is that his opportunity? To me, that sounds like an economic Hunger Games, and you're fighting literally hundreds of desperate people for it. So what if you do get in a process? You'll be in limbo, waiting, refreshing, hoping that this time it's not another rejection. You're being emotionally mugged every single day. Your hope, your motivation, stolen one rejection at a time.
I've been unemployed since the 20th of May. It's now the 10th of July. Okay, the 10th of July. Still no job. I've been applying, and the only interview I got was for door-to-door sales. I have a biomedical science degree, by the way. And mind you, I turn up to this interview, and the guy that's interviewing me, lovely guy, he's asking me about why, I left sales the first time. And I was telling him, oh, it's just because it's kind of monotonous sitting at, a desk all day, every day. And he goes to me, mid-sentence, monotonous? What does that mean? What does that mean? What do you mean, what does that mean? You're interviewing me. If that doesn't tell you you're overqualified, I don't know what will.
A biomedical science degree proudly hanging on her wall, yet the only interview she landed was for door-to-door sales, and the guy interviewing her didn't even know what monotonous is meant. I'd let that sink in for a minute. A potential manager, clueless about basic vocabulary, judging a biomedical science graduate. If that doesn't tell you you're overqualified and the hoops they are creating for you to jump through are fabricated, I don't know what will. This is a small part of many things they don't and won't tell you in school. You can do everything right and still end up selling broadband internet on commission. You can go into $30,000 debt for a degree, a debt that hangs over you like a thundercloud, and still be ghosted by employers.
This job searching thing, this job applying, wow. Today I got another application unsuccessful, and you know what hurts the most is that this was a job that I was thinking I'm a shoo-in. This is a job that I allowed myself to believe, wow, I could actually do this job, as in I know I could do this job, I'm the best candidate for them, I didn't even get an interview. And that's not even me being cocky. That's not even me being cocky at all. Community youth engagement role. To not get an interview is crazy. And it's so disheartening. Like, this job landscape, unemployment landscape is wow. They say God only gives his battles to strongest soldiers, and apparently there are so many strong soldiers out there because we're all in battle. We're all in war right now. And the question is, when is it going to end? Like, I'm not gonna lie, this one really hit the heart. And it's sometimes that you feel silly for allowing yourself to believe or to envision yourself in a role when you're only just applying, you're only just going for the application, you haven't even got an interview yet. But you do, when you put yourself into a job application and like put effort into it and everything, you're like, wow, yes, this is me, this is a bit of me, only to be told no, actually, no. And then you just have to pick yourself up again and then do it again and then keep doing it again until somebody takes a chance on you. Like, to not even be invited for an interview is crazy. It's crazy. This this chapter of my life, wow. I know I said it like character destroying, but this is character crumbling. My character is being crumbled, and not apple crumble, no, dirt into the ground. And it's really hard because if you try and like pick yourself up and be like, oh, if that door closes, another one will open, or if that door wasn't for you, it's because it was never for you and the right one will come. But there is pressure to have a door, any one just open, even just a little bit, because you can't live without a job. You can't live without work. You need it to survive. And right now, sometimes it feels like you're just existing, not even living, you're just existing. Wow. I allowed myself to feel hopeful for a moment, and look at where it got me. Oh my God. Anyway, this is day 34 of my 100 days of Yap. I don't have a job, but I guess I still have Yap.
This one hurts, because if you're watching this, it's probably you. It's all of us. You see a job, you imagine yourself in it, you allow yourself to hope, just for a little. This one really hit the heart. She was perfect for the role, and still didn't even get an interview. This would crumble anyone's character, and not like an apple crumble, like crumble into the dirt. And no, I didn't forget the feet that are pressing you in even further. You laugh. Because what else do you do when the system breaks you? You keep trying. You muster up the courage to pick yourself up. You paste a smile on. You manifest. You tell yourself all the self-help nonsense, yet you feel like you're screaming into a void that only echoes, no thanks, or worse, just silence. Let me be clear, this isn't your fault. It is the system that makes you feel inadequate, so the powers that be do not have to admit that they're failing us. Remember, you are not alone. This crisis is manufactured, and we need a radical hiring overhaul. Demand the processes be transparent. We genuinely need universal job center access. It must not be benefit-gated help. We need real employer accountability. Make them stop ghosting. And we need to organize, because none of this changes unless we stand up and demand it. Until then, take care of your peace. You are not your rejection emails. You are not lazy. You are not entitled. You are a human being in a system that runs on exploitation and delay. Together, we'll call a spade and fight for better. If you found this breakdown useful, hit that subscribe button. We're building a community of people who want to understand what's really happening behind the headlines. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Are you seeing similar issues where you live? And let us know if these videos are representing your reality. At Common Sense Lab, we don't just react. We connect the dots, expose the patterns, and remind you, the system isn't broken. It's functioning exactly how it was built, and that means it can be rebuilt.